0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. And now we can take it for a test drive.
It's one of my favorite Mercedes engines of all time. They made it exactly what it should have been. It's just really nothing quite like an SL.
Hey y'all, welcome to DC MotorWorks. This is our 2009 SL550 Roadster Convertible. It's live now on Bring a Trailer with no reserve. It has 382 horsepower, 391 foot-pounds of torque, 7-speed automatic transmission. It's 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. We'll walk you around the vehicle, show you some of its features. Take a look at the interior here. We have the headrests with air scarf in it, full leather interior, perforated seats. I'll show you the trunk. Automatic opening trunk, lots of storage room, the original inflatable spare tire, pump, all the toolkit, bag, everything's still in it like factory original. We'll bring you into the driver's seat here and show you the convertible top operation. That is fully open. We're going to raise our roll bar, close the roll bar. Also comes with the factory windscreen. This vehicle is also equipped with the ABC hydraulic suspension. And now we can take it for a test drive.
So here we are in the 2009 SL550. And first thing I noticed is that the satellite radio is still equipped, and this very well could have been one of the lifetime satellite radio subscribers, which I quite enjoy, but on the proper 2000s channel to fit this car. As we said earlier, this is an 09 model, so this is equipped with the M273 5.5 liter V8, one of my favorite Mercedes engines of all time. And that is because they are super simple, don't really have any inherent issues. Super early ones had the timing gear that wasn't treated properly, but that was a very small run of like the 2007 model year units. And so this being an 09 is outside of that range. And we've seen these with over 300,000 miles on them. Really all you have to do are belts and the oil filter housing and like the cam plugs and centrifuge cover. And that's kind of it. So, and then it is a near 400 horsepower. So it is earlier AMG power in just the standard car, and it has the later 7-speed transmission. And like these late 230s, the 09 to 12 cars are just, they are the best of the run because they worked out all the early car problems. And this has ABC Plus, so the early cars were riddled with ABC problems, blowing hoses that, and when they sit, they would drop down, but these got updated valve blocks and everything, and these systems are way more reliable, if you can even call the original system reliable. On these late 230s, you also get the updated 3-spoke steering wheel, which I think looks really nice. You got some bigger mirrors as well, and on these late ones, you got the air scarf system, which is blows hot air on the back of your neck. And I tell you, on a cool November evening like we are on, it is quite wonderful. You know, this one being so well equipped, it has the full leather package, sport package, premium one, pano roof, very well optioned. And pano roof is always a nice thing, and you do have the extra shade here that actually works on these. The 129 pano roof shades are always kind of sticky and troublesome, but these work great. This one also is keyless go in the proper location that I feel. You know, the later cars, they just put the insert button here on the EIS or ignition switch. I always thought the 2000s era stuff with the button on the shifter was super cool. Go ahead and give you a full punch here. And we're at 60. These were just such strong engines, especially paired with this transmission. You've got like a 6,400 RPM red line, so you can really wind it out. But where these shine is in the torque department, like I said. They make, I forget the peak torque, but I think it's like 1,800 RPM or somewhere around there. and it has a flat torque curve all the way up to over 4,000 RPM. So it's just, doesn't matter where you are in the rev range, you got plenty of pull. And these will still do mid-20s miles to the gallon out on the road. It is quite an impressive overall package. And I like how they did with the 230, the chassis tuning, while still being, you know, a Mercedes at heart. These do handle very well with the ABC suspension. You do get to tighten it up there with the ABC Sport mode. So you can see here we're at 1200 RPM, just kind of lugging along. On these 230s, the steering is so sharp. It's just a big departure from the previous generation with the old steering box. This was the first SL with rack and pinion steering, and they made it exactly what it should have been. Because then the next generation after this, the 231, it kind of got real soft and squishy, but I guess that was in response to maybe this one not being as well received by its new owner buyer base. You know, people that bought these when they were brand new. But, as an enthusiast later on, these late cars are the ones to get. I know the early ones I complain about a lot, and I'm being humbled a bit here. I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite to myself, because the early ones I avoid by all means, the 03 to 06 cars. And the 07, 08 cars aren't bad. The 07, the V8 cars, you had to watch for the idler gear. And then the 08 was kind of its own year. And then the 09, they updated the front end, which not everyone loves, but I think it looks great. And that's how you know you're getting the last of the run, the ones that have had all the kinks worked out. And you got the updated cluster as well. Just all the things that made them just that much better. You got the nice V8 growl. Mercedes always did a good job of giving the SLs a little more bark than the S-Class or CL counterparts. But this was the enthusiast, the driver's Mercedes, more so than the big sedan or the big coupe. It is pretty significant how much the suspension changes when you put it in the sport setting. You know, this is such a cool system because there's no sway bars or anything like that. So unlike most other cars on the road in the way it handles, especially if you hit like a dip through a curve, is where you really notice the difference in how planted the car is with the suspension system. And on this one, you just change the fluid every 2 years. And they are plenty reliable, which is wonderful. Sharp and direct. This is still equipped with the Sensatronic brake control, the brake-by-wire system, which has a 25-year warranty on it from the dealer. But again, it takes some getting used to. Not a lot of people liked it in period. But if you really need to stop, man, is it an insane system, because it can tell if you're doing a panic stop and apply more brakes than you input by just seeing how you stepped on the brake pedal. And it'll dry the brakes when it's raining. Also, it'll tap the pads every once in a while if you've got the wipers on. Another super cool system. This generation of SL really got all the stuff thrown at it. Go back into our, they call it ABC convenience mode. It's convenience and sport. Funny Mercedes marketing nomenclature from back in the 2000s. All 6,500 RPM, and there's no change in the way it makes power. It is just flat torque all the way up to red line. I don't know why, some of the M cars and stuff are such gutless wonders when you don't ring them out, because most of the time you're driving around just like this, where the torque is the most welcome part. To the point someone even put a radar laser detector in here, built-in system. That's what this is here. It's one of the old Passport systems, which still works. I don't like all the beeping and stuff, but it's there if you so decide. I got my ventilated seat going, and just all the comforts that you expect of a Mercedes-Benz in your sports car. And look at that, just 2-finger. It's just really nothing quite like an SL.
We're gonna do a cold start video to show the engine while it's cold.